Let's be honest, Hollywood is a glitzy machine run by people who love secrets, power, and really good lighting. But not everyone plays by Tinseltown's twisted rules. Enter Rose McGowan, the fiery actress turned activist who threw a Molotov cocktail at the system, lit the match, and walked away in slow motion. But that walk came at a cost. Once a star, always a threat. Rose McGowan was once best known for her roles in Charmed and Scream. Then she blew the whistle on one of the most infamous men in Hollywood, Harvey Weinstein. Her brave move helped ignite the #MeToo movement, and although she wasn't the only woman to speak out, she was undeniably one of the first, and certainly one of the loudest. Turns out, speaking truth to power in Hollywood is the fastest way to get yourself kicked off the red carpet and banned from even sweeping it. The price of telling the truth. Rose was blacklisted, not in a cool espionage thriller way, but in the kind of way that ends careers and isolates people. After speaking out against Weinstein, she became persona non grata in Hollywood circles. Even those who eventually supported the #MeToo movement seemed to distance themselves from her, as if she was too radioactive for their curated brands. The media did eventually tell her story. The New York Times ran a bombshell expose that helped bring Weinstein down. But even that came with a twist. The same outlets that ignored her before were now winning Pulitzers for stories she helped break, while she struggled financially and emotionally. Wait, so they win awards for publishing her trauma, but she gets sent into hiding like Batman? Make it make sense. The NDA, that was not. Here's where things get legally spicy. Rose once accepted $100,000 from Weinstein's team, believing she had signed a non-disclosure agreement. But when she looked at the fine print surprise, there was no NDA. That meant she could speak freely. And oh, she did. She later learned that Weinstein had a go-to offer for women he assaulted. $1 million and a legally binding NDA that forbade victims from telling anyone, including therapists, partners, or their own reflection in the mirror, what had happened. Realizing the loophole, Rose took the money without signing her voice away. From that moment on, she became Weinstein's public enemy #1. And when the film she'd already finished started gaining traction, she became famous fast, making her even more dangerous in the eyes of a man used to silencing women with hush money. Hollywood's cult-like silence. It turns out Tinseltown is not just built on pretty faces and avocado toast. According to Rose, it's practically a cult. And she would know she grew up in one. That's right. Rose spent her early years in the controversial Children of God cult, which she and her family eventually escaped. So when she calls Hollywood cult-like, you better believe she knows what she's talking about. She described the film industry as full of secrecy, closed ranks, and unspoken rules, where breaking the silence gets you blackballed, not applauded. Life after Charmed, not so charming. After her success on Charmed, Rose had a career high point with the 2007 double-feature Grindhouse, where she played two badass characters across Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez's films. But that was pretty much her final cinematic hurrah. Everything changed after she spoke out. Suddenly, no one wanted to work with her. Directors ghosted. Scripts vanished. Publicists dodged her like she had cooties. It wasn't just that she called out Weinstein, it was that she threatened a system that had everything to lose. The memoir that told it all, Brave. In 2018, Rose released her memoir, Brave, where she laid it all out like a Hollywood horror story. She detailed the emotional abuse she endured, the dark side of film sets, and trigger warning the assault she says Weinstein committed at the Sundance Film Festival in 1997. The account is chilling. She writes of being led to Weinstein's hotel suite for what she thought was a business meeting. Instead, she says he pulled her into a room with a jacuzzi, stripped her of her clothes, and assaulted her while she froze in fear. Afterward, she tried to tell people. The responses: "This will help your career, or you won't be believed." Even a criminal attorney allegedly told her not to bother pressing charges, because Hollywood is apparently allergic to justice. The industry knew and helped. According to Rose, Harvey Weinstein's reach was terrifyingly vast. She claims he offered to buy rights to articles from journalists, and promised to turn them into Oscar-winning films, only if they followed his hit list of people to destroy. And guess who was at the top of that list? Yep, Rose. He allegedly told publications to write disparaging pieces about her if she so much as appeared on a red carpet. That's not paranoia, it's a vendetta with a PR budget. Calling out the A-listers. Rose didn't just stop at Weinstein. She called out everyone she believed had protected him, from Ben Affleck to Jeff Bezos. She even came for Oprah Winfrey, accusing her of maintaining close ties with powerful men accused of misconduct, including Weinstein and Russell Simmons. Rose tweeted, "From being pals with Harvey Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' victims, she supports a sick power structure for personal gain. She's as fake as they come." Honestly, say what you want about Rose, but she doesn't hold back. She's basically the human equivalent of a mic drop. Escape to Mexico. Adios, Hollywood. In 2021, Rose packed her bags and left the US for good. She now lives in Mexico City and says she has no plans to return. The reason? She wanted peace. And maybe fewer paparazzi and backstabbing executives. She described Mexico as kind and safe. She even mentioned that lost items were returned to her multiple times, a phenomenon that must feel like a Disney movie compared to her US experiences. Following her father's advice, if you need healing, go to Mexico, she sought comfort in the simplicity and warmth of her new home. She's even obtained a residency card, meaning she's officially La Reina of her own destiny. Mental health, depression, and a shaved head. Rose hasn't been shy about her mental health journey either. She's openly talked about her struggles with post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, and suicidal thoughts. In one Instagram post, she said, "Depression is an intense beast. It blocks the sun for so many of us." Relatable, right? When some people get stressed, they binge Netflix. Others, nap like it's their job. Rose, meanwhile, went the bold route and shaved her head on purpose. And not because of a Hollywood role. She did it to shed her sex symbol image and take back control of her identity. She explained that women are constantly fed the idea that long, glossy hair equals power. Going bald was her rebellion against that, a statement of freedom. If hair commercials are selling seduction, Rose went full anti-advertisement. Support for others. Yvonne Rachel Wood and Marilyn Manson. When Yvonne Rachel Wood came forward with allegations against Marilyn Manson, the internet turned to Rose, who had dated Manson from 1997 to 2001. People wondered if she had endured similar abuse. Rose clarified that, while Manson hadn't been abusive during their relationship, that didn't mean he had not hurt others before or after. She said, "When he was with me, he was not like that. But that has no bearing on whether he was like that with others." She voiced her support for Wood and others who came forward, reinforcing her place as a leader among women speaking out against abuse in the entertainment world. So, where is Rose now? Where is Rose McGowan now? Physically, she's in Mexico. Emotionally, she's on a journey of healing. Vocationally, she has reinvented herself as an activist, author, and unapologetic truth teller. Rose has distanced herself from the Hollywood machine that once celebrated her, then turned its back when she dared to challenge its dark underbelly. She chose a life far from the red carpets and cameras, a life of warmth, peace, and far fewer secret hit lists. Rose McGowan remains a complex figure. Fierce, wounded, outspoken, and unfiltered. She's not interested in fairy tale endings. She's too busy writing her own script, one fueled by defiance, resilience, and raw truth. If you found this deep dive into Rose McGowan's journey as wild, raw, and real as we did, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more unfiltered stories straight from behind the Hollywood curtain. Drop a comment below, Team Rose or nah? We're ready for the debate. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and stay out of NDAs.